Blue sky laws require that companies seeking to sell stock to the public, submit information to and obtain the approval of a state or federal official who oversees corporate activity. Yeah. I had mentioned that Apple computers seem to be involved in my life. Yes. But I just found out today that there were three individuals that actually founded that company. Now, this individual, Ronald Wayne, yeah, he sold out within a couple weeks because he had some credit issues. Yes. Went on to do all kinds of good work. Yeah. But a lot of companies that submit for the approval of state or federal officials to sell their stock, yeah, they start with certain co-founders. Yeah. Yeah. Could you get me all the state and federal officials that oversee corporate activity that allows for companies to sell their stock either in private placement or public? And then the actual original founding individuals that started the corporation. Now, I know when we go through the signatures of all of those that signed on, and it's 20, 30 years later, and you're saying, well, there were three co founders and there's a current CEO. Yes, yes, yes. I think it's so good from what I was reading that he'd be worth $100 billion today, but he sold for $800. So good, so good. I know a lot of corporations, they don't really think they're going to make it when they first start out. Yes, they do a lot of private placements where where the original founders and then oops, you have credit problems. Why don't you sell me your 10%? I'm just going to want to know, okay? Because as much as I appreciate starting a company, yes, he does. A lot of them don't start off big, do they? Pooch. Now, last night I mentioned Apple. Ooh, Apple Computer Corporation. This is Paul. We know it was Wozniacki. Yeah, Wozniacki. Yes, he was somewhat vocal when I lived on Guam. He was on television at the time of Steve Jobs' death. Yes, and Steve Jobs was very concerned about the timing of computer systems. But this individual that started the company with the other two of them, yeah, that in a couple weeks he said, no, I better get out of it. It really makes you wonder why you would start something and then 2 weeks later sell your 10%, yeah, for $800. A lot of people they wouldn't co-found a company and then sell out 2 weeks later. Now I know you might have waited. Well, let's look through all the state and federally approved companies that had a state or federal approval to sell stock. Yeah. And the original interests of those that founded the companies at the time they received approval. Why don't we look at that right now?